Road Talk with Matt Dumont.
Another one? Yes, sir. Let me see. I'm gonna put this Real American. I'm gonna put the empties right here. Because you know,
Right.
we're gonna give a little Hulkster empties over there.
Right behind the photo of him. I wish we could stand that up. That one's tremendous. I don't know where the fuck you found that thing, but
It is fucking tremendous. My God, look at that. Vintage. That's Thunderlips Hulk right there.
bro,
Huh?
seriously,
That's fucking Thunderlips. Hey.
this one too. This is great.
Oh yeah,
Like the airbrush painting
it's the best.
in like the Coke dish fucking ass. Like seriously though,
You know,
Savage probably did a lineup. Felt something
he
very
did.
similar. To
You know, I'm gonna say this. We had a couple weeks off.
We
A
did.
lot of things happened in those couple weeks. A lot of good wrestling stuff. But I want to start off this episode today by talking about someone from our past who we haven't probably both of us haven't seen physically in a while. Dwayno. The Tank. The Northeastern Connecticut's Brock Lesnar, Dwayne LaFramboise. I was talking for a little bit today. I says, I was talking about a couple things, 20-something years ago when we were hanging out, going from 85 Maine when it was the Vine. Then we went down to the Laurel House. I said, you know what, Dwayne, on one night, I tried to Hulk up on you. I sucked my finger like the Hulkster. He bit my hand, picked me up and F5'd me like I was a fucking, like a leaf. And then I said, you can't take Matt off your feet. You literally took your guard down for 3 seconds. He was like Braun Breaker, one side of the bar, the other, bam. The only time I've ever seen anybody take you off your feet.
Not like that. Doesn't happen too often.
All right, Dwayno, big shout out to you because I know you're going to be watching episode 3 anyway. So
Thank you for the support, buddy. Appreciate it.
Goodness, yeah. Listen, and I know we're not sponsored by it. I don't want to get us in trouble here, but I finally was able to yesterday.
Procure.
I had to go do some shopping. I procured.
There you go.
Little Real American beer.
It's pretty good, Hulkster. We appreciate it.
Running wild. We're making it happen.
I don't know about prayers and vitamins and whatnot, but it's pretty good beer.
It's not bad. I think it's a little mixture. People have asked, like, all right, what is this a mixture of? Doesn't taste like Coors Light. Different. I don't know if it's a Miller Lite or a Coors Light taste to it. What do you think? You're not a huge beer drinker?
Not anymore.
No, I mean,
and they definitely weren't light usually. It's not.
You had the heavies, right?
It's not how I got to the size I did.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's definitely a cross between the two, I'd say, because it's not a Bud Light taste.
No, it's not. Definitely not a Bud Light.
It's closer to the other two.
Ryan Doyle would not like these.
Oh no, not at all.
Huh?
Not at all.
My goodness.
Bud Light or nothing.
Listen, I got my Saturday Night's Main Event shirt on. Vintage. I wish that, when I bought it, I didn't realize I had the WWE on it, but it's fine.
Great show a couple weeks ago.
But we've, there's been some things happening. We're on the road to WrestleMania. It's getting very, very interesting in WWE land.
Love it.
A lot of people were shocked having Jay beat Cena in those last couple seconds of the Rumble. But what I like is old school thinking. If Vince was still in charge, Cena would have won.
Yep.
Triple H's in charge. He realized
change it up.
Got to change it up. And I'm okay with having Jay win.
Sure.
However, is he going to beat Gunther?
I don't want him to.
And I have to agree with you because, listen, if you look at last year's WrestleMania, the build-up with Sammy and him was phenomenal. And the Sammy and Gunther match for the IC title was phenomenal.
Great.
Told the story. This year, I know Jay's over. I love Jay. He's got the crowd going. He really does. It reminds me of Daniel Bryan 2014. It does.
Sure.
But at that point, Daniel Bryan was going against the Authority. Right now, Jay's going against Gunther.
And you built this guy as a killer since the day you hired him.
Then they showed a stat of how many years he's been champion in comparison to how he's not. Isn't it 75% of his career? The UK title, the IC title, now the world title. He's got that pedigree. So I don't think you really derail him just yet.
You let the guy, like I said, you let him be a killer since the day you brought him in. Yeah. The only way you beat him is with another killer.
That's it.
Jay's not that guy.
No.
It's a great story.
All respect to Jay, but
I think it'll be a great match.
Yeah.
I think he has to go over his stuff.
I think Gunther's got to. And I think he's got to hold that title for a while. And I think somebody we're not going to get
Survivor Series this year. Maybe someone keeps coming.
Yeah, SummerSlam.
Maybe it's Breaker at that point. Who knows?
Because you never know what he's going to do.
There's a killer.
He's a killer.
In the midst. That's what I mean. There's a guy on the up.
Yeah.
Give him a couple more months. Then he challenges for the title.
I look at a couple things. Yes. But the confusing part, Dwayne, I am so confused after when Netflix debuted, it was like the good Rock. It's not the heel Rock anymore. And then he came out, he wants Cody's soul.
I don't
wait, so is he gonna we're going back to the late 90s, a corporate champion. So is he trying to be the corporate Rock, champion again? Or does he want Cody to be the corporate champion? What do we got? The Elimination Chamber? Is it gonna be Cena winning? I'm glad the confusion this year that we have. Because Cena's last year. He said it more and more. He's not wrestling anymore. We want Cena to get number 17. Nate says, hey, beat my record. Cool. You got the blessing from Ric Flair. But is Triple H going to put him over for number 17?
I think so.
At what time, though? Do you think Mania is going to be it because it'll be his last year? Or do you think like in December, one of his last shows in like Boston or something like that in hometown? Even though he's always been booed in Massachusetts, which is kind of crazy.
I like that idea because then it builds more suspense. Now, all right, say he wins in December with the title and leaves. Now the Royal Rumble is once again for the title, which was pretty cool. The one or what they've done it once,
twice. No, twice.
Flair and then a few years ago
walked in as a champion, but then he lost.
Right.
Triple H got it. So it's the main event really is just it's making us all wonder because we're like, all right, he's come out, he's messing with our heads a little bit. He messed with the heads in the Netflix premiere. He's a good Rock. He got cheered. No issues with that, but you just killed the heel Rock that you built up that we loved.
And then
that we loved.
Now you have this weird promo and now it's like, did he go back to it? What is going on?
Cody looks confused. We're all looking, hey, Hulk, what about you?
I really hope it's not a case of the right hand not knowing what the left hand is doing.
Well, you have a lot of scenarios where you're going to have CM Punk get there. You can have Roman get there. You have Seth.
I think they're building Punk and Paul for WrestleMania far too much for him to win this weekend.
That's what I'm saying. And it's frustrating. Listen,
Punk and Paul, neither of which are going to win because they're going to wrestle each other.
And my thing is like being a CM Punk fan and looking back in 2014 and you wanted him to be there. We all respect the fact that why he walked away. But now it's 2025. He's getting older. He's a little bit more injury prone. We all know that as wrestling fans. When is it going to be?
You watch his AEW run?
Oh. He got paid. He won the title. He got paid.
He
got paid. I wish he came out with the AEW with the Big X title. I was waiting for that to pop up on WWE, but Tony Khan will be very upset if that happens.
Yeah,
but I look at like that. The WWE title is very, very much up for grabs. Can I see Cody winning again? Absolutely. But would I like to see there's a lot Roman, Seth, the Punk favor. Does Punk go in there just for like a rubber match? Or do we have Cody, Cena, Punk comes in? What about Roman? You know the confusion we all have right now?
So it makes it
Triple
fun.
H has got us confused, and Triple H, I'm okay with it. I'm all right. The old school wrestling family likes the confusion because last year we knew what was going to happen.
Don't know. It makes it more fun right now.
This year we don't know.
Don't know.
It reminds me of, here's what you look at.
There's guys that could be coming back in the next 6-8 weeks.
What do you think? I want to hear it.
I don't think it's a coincidence that a couple of weeks ago, since our last recording, that a bunch of WWE talent got released at the same time that a couple of AEW talent, 2 of the 3 were former WWE talent, were all expiring. The one guy that wasn't in the WWE before is now in NXT. Hi, Ricky.
What do you call him?
Ricky Saints, I believe is his new name.
Sparked up.
Whatever you want to call him.
Saints. Okay, all right.
He's pretty damn good.
He is good.
And he's in NXT now. And the other 2 guys, I think we know who they both are and what they can do.
What they can do and bring. I like, and I know we just did a little like pivot right here to NXT. I love the fact that TNA is coming into NXT. It is giving us some like what ifs.
Tremendous.
Moose. Listen.
Oba.
What a fucking collision.
Love
Two
it. I cannot wait for this one.
manly men are gonna
Big old boys, but they can move.
they can move and they can wrestle. Yeah, they can wrestle. Yeah,
They're not
I've been-
Andre and Bundy.
I've been lucky. Like I said,
Andre and Big John Stud.
walking around.
Not a 5-star.
No, she's just beating each other up.
You guys will give us a match.
They'll give us a match. I had the crazy thing. I don't know. I can bring up I believe that episode 2 I was talking about Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards and Chantel's cousin is cousins with Alicia. So I keep asking Chantel, I'm like, hey, do they know if they're getting any type of contract with NXT or WWE? And she just looks at me. She's like, what? You just what me?
What?
But the crazy thing is like you have a lot of talent that left WWE to go to TNA. Joe Hendry, phenomenal finally for him going over. You know, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Everyone should believe
Everybody
in Joe
should.
Hendry.
And I tell you what, I'm okay with his coming in and wrestling a couple minutes at the Royal Rumble because the pop he got should tell you.
Out of 30 guys, I didn't hear a louder.
No, it's one of those like it reminded me of when Edge came out in 20. Edge was bigger, no doubt, but Joe, I mean, he's doing everything right. And when I went to the show in April in Albany, I'm like, who is this guy? And I almost watched him like, did I think he was the greatest wrestler? No, but he has that it factor where he gets everybody in the crowd involved, which
gets you.
It always gets you. I love it.
The difference between that one and the Edge one, Edge was already an established star.
Yeah. And he's been
injuries had taken him out. He finally gets the shot to come back.
Oh God, yeah.
And it was the surprise. There was
no doubt.
It wasn't as big on the web yet. So you really didn't know. And then the music hit, and then he came out, and then you get the close up, and
you know it. Yeah.
As a fan, you had to love that because here's a kid who grew up a wrestling fan. Like he was at WrestleMania 6 live. Like
absolutely.
And then here he is getting a shot to come back, and the reaction he got, and he didn't know. I mean,
you never know.
You're never gonna know until it hits. And it hit, and you saw
his expression, his face. Any wrestling fan. Non-wrestling fans don't get it, except, listen, we brought it back, episode 2, we're talking about WrestleMania 24, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, before Sweet Chin music, we saw Rick's face, me and you looked at each other with tears in our eyes, we're like,
we knew it was the end.
Yeah, we knew it was the end.
Well, sort of.
It's kind of sort of. The best retirement match and Monday Night Raw ever for Ric Flair in 2008. And again, we just said 2008. We're in 2025. By the way, happy 76th birthday, Nate. Woo! 76 after the last 10 years, what he's gone through. His body, I thought he was done a couple of years ago, but he's the dirtiest player in the game, and he just keeps going.
The greatest player in the game.
The greatest player in the game, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, 76 years young, still styling and profiling. My God.
Still got that Ric Flair drip.
Oh my goodness. And it's everywhere. I'm going to have the Hogan drip right now.
Oh, there we go.
So I look at this as the road to WrestleMania. Cheers to number 2. What? Oh, yeah, cheers to number 3. Woo.
No, I meant Hulk was number 2, not the beer, buddy.
What? We have to put him up. Listen, no, I'm not. We're gonna leave the Hulkster alone.
Cut. So now, try to steer it back in a direction towards the show. WrestleMania,
Las Vegas.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna. So next up, good call. All right. So next up, Elimination Chamber.
Saturday night.
It is this Saturday night. Again, the confusion.
Apparently, he's showing up. He's supposed to be there Saturday. That's what he said last week. He's going to show up Saturday night. He's not going to wrestle, clearly. He's not in the match.
He's not. But the thing is, he wants to know Cody's answer. Like, for the whole soul thing, I'm confused. For the first time in a long time, I'm confused by WWE's or The Rock's. I know it's kind of like the corporate champion because he is a member of the board.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it. He's a member of the board. So
he's got a little more skin in the game than the average bear, as they say.
And Cody's not wrestling, right?
No,
he's just going to be there. We're going to watch it. We're going to figure it out. But the main event is what we're all looking for. So I want to ask in detail, what do you think is going to happen? What is your best case scenario for that Elimination Chamber? They go on to WrestleMania to face Cody for the title. What do you think?
What do I think?
In our old school wrestling mindset.
I mean, 40 years as a fan, what do I think is going to happen?
Yeah. Remove now. No, well, hold on. You want me to chop again?
Sure.
What?
God. Oh, you can chop me.
No. Woo!
Pretend you meant it at least. Hey.
What? If Vince If Vince was still there, I'd say Cena's going over all day. The thing is like what I respect about Triple H is he throws stuff in we're not expecting.
Sometimes, yes. Now, it makes too much sense because if you don't do it now you have to write something in further down the line, whether it's SummerSlam, whether it is the Rumble, or like you said, like end of the year.
End of the year, right?
And like you said, like the end of the year thing intrigues me because, all right, cool. He wins in the December pay-per-view, wins the title, last match.
I like that. Then it
goes out. Now the Rumble has more stakes. Now you got 30 guys, and the dude that walks out of that ring is now your champion.
And we're going to be back in New Orleans next year.
Well, for WrestleMania, but the Rumble, year, right? I don't know where. I forget where it's booked.
They're not. Are they still doing the Lincoln with the oil field, whatever that was, where we just had it?
Is it back there next year? I don't know.
Well, they're doing it 2 nights, though, aren't they?
I think that's the next one they are doing.
WWE, I love you, but I cannot wait for you guys to go back to one night.
One night shows. It's all we need.
One night show.
We need one night.
One night. I know COVID screwed everything up, but I'm looking at like
WrestleMania is a weekend. I don't need 2 nights of WrestleMania because Saturday night I need to maybe go to your Hall of Fame ceremony,
which is
maybe go to a fucking indie show. Pardon me for cursing, but you know what? There's a lot of cool shows that weekend in the same city you're in,
the crazy thing
and you don't need to absolve every dollar that's spent that weekend.
And the indie shows actually have wrestling.
And I'm saying that as a fan.
Yes,
I love you guys.
Right, as a fan.
You're clearly the boss hog. As Dusty used to say, you are the bull of the woods.
Yes,
but
sir. Yes, sir.
You know what? There's some other stuff out there.
Yeah.
GCW puts on a lot of great shows that weekend. The Collective is cool.
TNA's
Janela's Spring Break is fucking cool.
TNA's
Sorry, Joey. I really wish you weren't injured. You and Sabu would have brought the fucking house down that weekend.
Yep.
As a fan, I'm going to say that. Because you are 2 of the baddest fucks that have ever walked this planet that wrestle for a living.
Shit. And TNA is going to be, they have they have a couple shows that weekend too. So it used to be Ring of Honor. And I know you weren't able to go to Dallas in 2016 for 32.
Nope.
The Ring of Honor show was better than WrestleMania 32.
Match for match.
Match for match. And now
I'm sure
in 2016, there was a lot of injuries. There was a lot of injuries in WWE. So the
card suffered.
The card suffered.
Fair enough.
It was sold out with 100,000 people in Dallas. It was crazy. If I was a Cowboys fan and I bought tickets, I'm right.
The most people that's ever been in your building.
100%. Excuse me, 100%. Because if I had Dallas Cowboy tickets, I'd have great seats. But for WrestleMania, I had horrible seats. Again, WrestleMania weekend is not just besides us being wrestling fans, but we want to watch the independents because that's where these guys, we're going to see them in WWE or NXT a couple years down the line. We're like, that guy, like it was the Undisputed Era. It was in Ring of Honor at that time. And they eventually came,
baby.
Yeah, and they came to WWE. Now they're in AEW. Nothing wrong with that, but we saw them in Ring of Honor wrestling. We saw the Young Bucks wrestling. You know what I mean? So it's for us as wrestling fans, and Matt and I will stress about, we go way, way back because we actually enjoy the sport of professional wrestling, not sports entertainment. Sports entertainment has been fun for us at certain times, but we want to watch wrestling matches.
It's real fun right now. Like you said, the intrigue, the mystery, what's going on.
The best time of the year.
It's great.
The best time of the year is from winner of Royal Rumble. By the way, women. I like to touch on that real quick. Women and men, and then to WrestleMania. So, the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. What do you feel about Charlotte coming back and winning? Honest opinion. With all the work she's had done. I don't want the same old thing. And the thing
Well,
is,
that is my biggest.
I'm glad she
beef.
got booed. I'm
Like,
glad she got booed because it's like, you
You
know what?
can-
She's phenomenal, but
you can only go back to the same horse so many times.
I'm okay. The thing is like, we can compare her to her
Let
dad.
her show up.
We can
Let her have a good showing.
bring
Bring another kid up. Bring
Thank
someone
you.
else.
Because the thing is like Ric Flair, his
She's
first couple
there.
of years, it was building. He was a great champion, and he held the title, the NWA title, for 3-4 years, just like Hogan held the WWF. Charlotte has dropped it a couple times, but she's dropping it to a Sasha Banks, who's not around anymore. Mercedes Moné's. What is it? What? I don't know. Mercedes what? What? You got Bailey. You have that core group of the 4 horsewomen that came up, but you have enough women that are coming up that you should build up. Listen, am I the biggest fan of Tiffy Time? No. But she's entertaining. But Charlotte, to me,
She's good at what she does because she's a heel, and I kind of hate her. So well done.
Charlotte is
Tip
phenomenal.
of the cap to you.
And Charlotte's a phenomenal wrestler. Weird.
Charlotte's the greatest female heel ever.
100%,
because
right.
She makes you hate her.
Yeah, she does. And I like what she's doing now.
And they make you hate her too because they do force feed us.
Yes.
Her.
And she's reminded
Same
me,
way
though,
they did with Roman.
that's exactly what I was going to say. When Roman finally said, you know what, I'm going to be a bad guy, guess what happened? Hey. Somebody hit the music.
Acknowledge
you, Roman, because guess what? You became the heel. You wrestled really 4 times a year. Everybody hated you for it.
You were already hated.
You were already hated, but then you became the ultimate heel because of the bloodline, Paul Heyman.
Let
it all
the
worked.
hate flow through you.
When I'm at now, I know you. When I'm at 39, WrestleMania 39 in LA, and Cody's ready to win, and Solo sneaks in, the whole crowd in LA, you could feel it just go. It dropped because we knew it was going to happen. Like Roman's going to retain. When we all thought Cody was going to finish the story at 39, the whole crowd in LA, you just felt it. And then 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, and it went up. And the stunned crowd in California was absolutely bonkers.
Similar scenario. You went to 30
Yes.
in New Orleans.
Oh,
I was
know.
with you the year before in
Yes, we were,
Jersey.
yeah.
I wanted Punk to take the streak.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. You were in New Orleans. I was watching it live, obviously,
Yes.
on pay-per-view.
Gasp. Right.
When that ref hit 3, I wanted to text you.
If I tell you a hush, it was like the air went out of the building.
Dude,
We all looked at each other.
it was
like,
on pay-per-view and it was
it
radio
was
silence.
It was the hush.
That's a 70,000 seat arena that
And-
just shut the fuck
And
up.
the looks of all the fans was the truth. Like I looked over at Brad and Brian, and Chandler was right next to us. We're just like, did Lesnar just beat the Taker? And then it popped up 21-1. I'm like, motherfuckers had this planned because it just popped up like that.
Oh, it was
And listening to it all these years later, that Brock basically for the first time, because I was like, something's wrong in this match because Taker leads all the matches. When Brock Lesnar, who's a phenomenal athlete, leads a match, you know Undertaker was screwed up. And then when he said he had a concussion halfway through the match, he doesn't remember anything.
Right.
It almost like, wow, it's crazy. And we've been in arenas like, so Roman beating Cody at 39,
Yep.
Brock beating Taker at 30 was, and listen, we were at 29. That was our first one together. The Cena Rock match at 29 was a great match because it was all the false finishes. How many rock bottoms, how many FUs, whatever you want, attitude adjustment, whatever you want to call it, WWE wants to call it. And then finally he won. So it was a WrestleMania 29 for our first WrestleMania was phenomenal because it was a guy's trip. We all got in your truck. We drove down. It was amazing. Matt was ready to kill me at one point. We're walking through downtown New York City, and I know I can't say this because I don't want to get in trouble, but for some reason we were able to get into a place for free. And we met Kevin Nash. And for the first time in my life, I looked at Matt and go, fuck, there's somebody bigger than Matt.
Doesn't happen.
He was legit. Kevin Nash is legit 7 feet tall because Matt is 6'8".
6'8".
6'8", all of 6'8". And I looked up, I go, but anybody I've met, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, these dudes are phenomenal overall people because They appreciate us as wrestling fans. And it's the build up right now.
We paid their living.
We paid. You know, I mean, we didn't pay to get in.
Not that night.
Not that night. I don't know why we didn't pay, but shh. There was a couple of me, Brian, and Brad. We had stuff.
The Shield was a great faction.
We had a Shield. Yes, the Shield
was a great
The
faction.
Shield was a great. Yeah. What?
Thank you, Roman, Dean, Seth. Appreciate you guys.
You guys. Who did you guys beat? Who did you guys beat? Who did they beat at WrestleMania 29?
Sheamus, Orton, and the Show.
Good Shield.
First WrestleMania, get a dub.
We made it. Listen,
we were there,
and they went from there. So the Elimination Chamber build up. I'd like to just touch on this one more time.
Cena's winning.
Okay.
We both know it.
So Mr. Dumont is calling for John Cena to win the Elimination Chamber.
I'm not calling for him to win.
No.
I am a devout non-Cena fan as a wrestler. As a human being, as a performer, as a celebrity, thumbs up to you, dude. Like, the Make-A-Wish stuff, can't knock it. 100% cannot knock what you do as a human being. As a wrestler, especially now, like, I get it. It's your retirement tour. Do I want you to beat his record? Absolutely not. For the record, no, you should not pass Nate. You're not better than him.
He's tied, right? He's tied right now. Right.
Yes. I'll settle for the tie because they gave you 16. I don't want you to have 17. I'll say that now. I'll say it when you get it. I'll say it after it's over with. But you're going to win at Elimination Chamber. I don't see anyone else winning.
Is Roman in it?
No.
I'm going to go with CM Punk.
So
I see CM Punk and Paul
getting
each other out. Something happens.
Either choice is fine. Like I'm not going to be upset if Cena wins. What I'd like to see at Mania is Cody. Triple H is keeping us at bay on something. Because we're going to be in Las Vegas. Not Matt and I, unfortunately. But Mania being Las Vegas.
We'll be watching.
We're going to be watching. And the fact that this year there's no clear buildup, he's saving something for us. And I know he is. And it's people don't understand when you're not wrestling fans where this is the best time of the year besides WrestleMania 27 season. But right now, Triple H is really saving something from us because you have so many scenarios. You could have Cody. You could have Cody.
If he doesn't give it to us this weekend, then when, though? That's my question. Because there's no big event between now.
So what I'm going to say is remember when with the documentary he said WrestleMania was planned. WrestleMania 40 was done in October. And then because of the fans, it switched up with Cody and Roman and The Rock.
Sure.
I think it's already been planned, and I think they're doing a little drippage. You got a lot of notoriety right now going on with WWE, with Netflix. You have a lot of things happening outside of the walls. Triple H is by far doing all the correct things. What I think is that they can't bring a flat WrestleMania. Right now, it feels a flat WrestleMania coming up. Because here's the thing, they still haven't sold it out. It's very expensive.
That's part of the problem.
So Las Vegas has jacked the price up. Last year I watched, so obviously we didn't go.
Right.
I'm home. If I was to buy tickets for WrestleMania 40 Friday before WrestleMania, I could have spent $400, drove from Mass, Connecticut to Philly for floor seats. And I could have bought floor seats on Sunday for $600. So $1,000 weekend. Right now, nosebleeds are $600 in Vegas.
Right.
So my thing is like they're saying, I read some forum on Facebook or Instagram that there's still 20,000 seats that haven't been sold yet because of the price. So after this weekend, it could really put everything into perspective what's going to happen. But the WWE Championship match is still up in the air. Cody's going to be there,
which is why I feel whatever they're going to do this Saturday is going to determine that. Especially if there's still that many seats up for grabs, because you need to sell those.
So what is Canada always known for?
Screw jobs.
Screw jobs. And the funniest thing
Sorry, Brett.
And you know who else got a screw job? Because I posted the video on the 23rd this week. Hogan Rock, Montreal. Now, we're not in Montreal, so Hogan Rock 2, when McMahon came out, did the old screw job, lights came out, Sylvain Grenier, Rock and Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
So we're in Canada. I love Canada. Canadian fans are amazing wrestling fans. So I think it's going to be a raucous crowd. It's going to be an amazing crowd,
Sure.
but there's going to be a swerve. That's why I said CM Punk, because I think CM Punk can turn heel anytime now. I'm okay with Big Matt picking Cena because I'm not going to be upset if Cena wins. I think there's still going to be a possibility of a triple threat match for that WWE title.
Come Mania.
What?
Series. Come Mania, a triple threat is what you're saying.
It
I
could be
see.
Cody, Punk, and Reigns. It could be Cody, Punk, Rollins. It could be a fatal four-way. I hope it's not a fatal four-way. I don't like those.
So you don't see Cena in the championship picture at WrestleMania at all?
I would
You
love,
feel like he's going to get it later?
as a old school, 10 year ago, Mike Moran wants Cena to win. Now, 10 years later, I think he's going to win this number 17. If it's at Mania, it'd be a great storybook ending. Then I think he doesn't need to wrestle for the rest of the year. I think Cena chases that number 17
Until the end of the year.
until the end of the year, Survivor Series. Or I like the build-up, what you just said.
Like
you win
said,
it in December,
December.
drop it, I retire, here's the title back. Royal Rumble, the winner is the WWE champion. God, I love wrestling.
We should book.
We should book. But we had a guy, I forgot who sent it. It was either my buddy Mike Pafumi sent me a scenario of a guy. What? Pafumi, what?
What?
He sent me a scenario of the same kind of thing. Like Cody goes bad, then it's like all these wrestlers come in between. But I mean, we're going to have to talk about, after this weekend, we're going to have to talk about it next week.
Next episode.
Because what?
What?
What are we doing? I mean, Elimination Chambers this week. We love professional wrestling. We love everything about our set. We love everything about making shit happen. And then we're going to come out with a different t-shirt next week.
We're going to put a wrap on Top Rope Talk, episode 3. We appreciate y'all watching. Quiet Corner TV. Top Rope Talk, where wrestling fans can be wrestling fans.
All day, every day. We'll see you next time.
Cheers. Got it.
That was good. That's when we know how to wrap it up. It was good.